Let's take a look at the daily challenge for today. So, we have Melting Remnant Umbra with the exiled version for Melting Remnant, but the base version for Umbra. We have upgraded drafts. Cards in reward packs and unit banners come with a random upgrade. Strike hard. All units get multi-strike. And finally a new challenger. Your champion is randomly replaced by one that is not from your primary or allied clan. So we are gonna be going with a Hellhound, Stygian or Awoken champion. We'll have to see which one it's gonna be, because that's gonna have a huge impact on this run. So the scores today look relatively tame, but they are all very close together. Yeah, it's between 46 and 47k. All the scores on the top 10. So looks like there will be no flying kills possible today, and this is just from a general good score or whatever. We'll have to see. I'm a bit surprised, I must say, because Strike Hard is usually a pretty good flying boss kill enabler. But yeah, we'll have to see. So, our starting cards are Molten Encasement, Umbra Assault and Subsuming Blade. And our champion is gonna be Tethys. Interesting. Bosses, we have Daedalus with Damage Shield, we have Arcus with the Dazed and Harvest Dark Shards, and we have the Cleanse Seraph, Purifying Seraph. That Seraph is a bit annoying, especially against Tethys. We'll have to see how this works out. Okay, so what can we do with Tethys? We have multi-strike, so we can apply multiple stacks of Frostbite or Spell Weakness, if that's something we're interested in. We could cost reduce damage spells to make Umbra Assault and Subsuming Blade cheaper. Yeah, there are a few options, but I'm not entirely sure what to go with. Let's take a look at the relic first. Hellspanner seems pretty nice with Umbra and Remnant being our clans. I'm definitely gonna go for that. That means cost reduction is probably not what we want, so let's go for Spell Weakness instead. Maybe we find something like Excavation Eruption, Blazing Bolts, or another good Umbra damage spell mostly. But even something like Mortal Entrapment could work with the spell damage upgrades. Well, we have to see what we can find. Numbers enemy units enter with spikes 3. Yeah. Good luck surviving that, Tethys. You will need it. Looks like Tethys is gonna die pretty early. Even stealth won't help against that. The spikes with the multi-strike are pretty dangerous. Do we have any way of keeping Tethys alive? We would need to kill the frontliner, which we can do with the Subsuming Blade, but we need to do that for 2 waves. We could also feed Tethys some morsels. Yeah, Subsuming Blade could in theory be our spell weakness spell. That's possible. But we would need it to grow quite a bit. Maybe we can Shade Splitter into a health morsel. That would be nice. Anyways, I think I'm gonna set up Tethys on the second floor. So at least we can kill a collector that spawns on this floor. And I feel like I want to set up the other units on the bottom floor. Well, there is a Subsuming Blade. It does work to deal with this wave. That's gotta happen. I really wish I could keep Tethys alive for one more turn and feed those juicy morsels to her. There are a few more train stewards in the deck. It's gonna be tough defeating the boss. Might as well. Oh wait, that was actually stupid. I need one more space for the molten encasement. Uh-oh. I didn't draw a train steward anyway, so... Oh dear. That's not gonna do a whole lot. Burnout 2 on Tethys. Yeah. This first fight is tough. Let's just set up the entirety of our gang up on this floor. That's a bit better. Yeah, ideally we would make something Burnout 3, but that's not gonna happen. Is the main problem here. And we can't keep Tethys alive through this turn. Can get back the molten encasement, but that's not gonna help a whole lot. Cause they all die on the spikes. Yeah. I don't really know how we could deal with this. Well, at least we might be able to prevent taking too much damage. Oh god. What is this draw? I should have played the tomb probably. And let's see if we can get something done here. Well, this has to be the train steward. Something else helps. That's actually pretty nice. Yeah, I should have done that first, but I don't think it would have made a big difference. Should get the top floor kill maybe? Even that might be hard. That helps a little bit. A little bit short. I'm not gonna optimize this fight anymore. It's not like this fight matters a whole lot. And once we have a good unit, we will be much better off. Power Frosted Whiplash, double stacked Hello Drippings, or Draft with Damage Shield. Draft with Damage Shield isn't terrible. It's a good reform target. Kind of like that upgrade on this draft, honestly. Double stack Perils, no. Cost reduced and Umbra Assault is nice. Consume, remove, make pack morsels though. That's very good. Now we need to find something that scales with the morsel generation we have. Let's go for an Umbra unit. It was endless. Not really what I'm looking for. Raging Crucible Collector with multi-strike. We also have this Morsel Maker who has multi-strike already. How can we make that relevant? With a large stone? Then feed him morsels? That might be good enough. We could use him as a tank also. Hi Night Priest, welcome. Whew. How do we go from here? I would really like a multi-striker, but the Morsel Master, I don't know. It scales kind of slowly. The multi-strike is less important with the strike hard mutator, because our units are gonna have multi-strike anyways, so higher attack is more important oftentimes. But I'm not sure if... Actually, a Crucible Collector should be pretty solid. The upgrade is not the best. I'm just gonna buy this pretty cheap and somewhat useful upgrade. We might find something better. Lifesteal isn't ideal. Bad unit with a bad upgrade. It's not a bad unit. I think it's a pretty decent unit with multi-strike from the strike card. Because it's not usually about the problem of Crucible Collector not surviving because it loses its lifesteal too fast. It's more about it not doing enough damage to kill back frontliners. So I'm not too worried about losing the multi-strike stacks too fast. And I think I need a unit to consistently beat the next fight. Maybe not though. I'm not sure if I want the Endless. Let's get the draft upgraded. It's gonna be important. And I think we buy a Perch. On a train steamer for now. Mark of Invasion, sure. We should be okay with that. So if we want to kill the top floor, we need at least 30 health. Well, we got that at least. This next floor is gonna deal 24, so we need a a blocker in front of the Crucible Collector next turn. But pretty much anything will do. Like 18 damage. Can do something like this. Anything we can do on the bottom floor. Let's look into the pack morsels. That's nice. Just lay these morsels out. Alright, we have nothing to reform yet. I should have played the train steward. That train steward, the single one. Let's Umbra Salt. Yeah, we can't do much on this bottom floor. We will also Subsuming Blade. Take these morsels out, reform a morsel. Why not? These are pretty much useless. I'll play them anyways. Yeah, that should do the job. Well, Tethys dies anyway, so might as well increase the power of the blade. Okay. Holdover molded. That seems useful. Has to be useful. Especially with this draft. Sure. Immortal Tray, Pack Morsels, Prismal Dust. I don't want to consume remove Prismal Dusts. That's really bad. Double stacked Immortal Trade, probably not. The Pack Morsels is nice, but we already have a lot of morsel generation. I think I'm gonna skip. Yeah, give me a free relic. Advanced Prototype, Improved Firebox. We don't need Improved Firebox, and I'm not a big fan of Advanced Prototype here. I don't think Advanced Prototype will actually give us the chance to get a Flying Daedalus kill. We just don't have enough power for that. With these train stewards dealing 30 each, no, that's still nowhere good enough. Draft dealing 60, and we have Tethys with the spell weakness. I mean, it's not completely impossible, but we would need a pretty amazing setup. I'm gonna take it because the firebox doesn't really do that much for us. Yeah, Burnout Morsel Master is terrible. Crucible Collector with Quick is not better than our current Crucible Collector, so I'm gonna skip on that as well. And maybe our main carry unit will come from this event. How possible is that? The spell damage will be pretty useful with Tethys. But other than that, I'm not convinced. We don't have very strong damage scaling options in these clans that work well with Dante, except for Ember Drain stuff, which don't work that well with Dante, but we have Health Banners, so it's alright. I think I'm gonna turn that down. That Morsel Master was just a draft. Drafts hit 3 times. That's our draft. Definitely playing this. Want the extra attack on this floor, on the draft. Because it scales best that way. I do want to hold this over. And I am gonna set up another Crane Steward, more attack for the draft. I am trying my best to hunt down Daedalus. It might work out, but we'll have to see. Subsuming Blade shows up at the wrong time. I could increase the power, but that doesn't do anything beyond that. Hitting Daedalus for 17 is not really worth though. Yeah, sure. Let's increase the power on this. We have one more turn. Alright, the draft survives now. Yeah, I think there's nothing we can do. The draft is gonna deal about 100. And then Subsuming Blade, if we draw it next turn, will deal 60. These guys deal another 60, so we deal about... we're a little bit short. Draft with Blade and reformed it. That was not possible, I think, because I don't think we had any reform in our last hand. I'm gonna look at that one more time, though. $186, we're 20 damage off. I think we can get that 20 damage. With a slight adjustment, perhaps. Oops. Did we have a primitive mold? Okay, yeah, that would have been 15 damage already. But that also means we would lose out on the draft turn after. What if I set up Crucible Collector on the top floor? These Train Stewards probably die pretty quickly, but I can reform them. I think Tethys has to go here, just so nothing ever gets past this floor. Crucible Collector is doing a lot more than a Train Steward. Draft dies anyway, so there's nothing wrong with just setting it up this turn. I want to look at some morsels. Can we even save this Train Steward unless we play another one on the bottom floor? We can't. We don't want to. Maybe we do want to. No, I don't think we want to save that. That should still be optimal. Yeah, now this guy gets doesn't get killed. It's the problem. So even if we play the draft on the bottom floor this turn, alright, we do have a primitive mold in that hand. But I feel like we would be a few points of damage off even then. Unless we play the Subsuming Blade on Daedalus. Yeah, I think that should work out. Let's try that. So draft goes here, pack horses, magma goes here. Train Steel goes here, magma goes here as well, and the damage shield morsels go on the bottom. Alright, we can't use Subsuming Blade on Daedalus if we want to use Subsuming Blade on our draft. But let's see. I'm an idiot. Although I was like, yeah, that works out because draft is free. But I feel like even with this play we would still be slightly short. Okay, so this turn. Set up the train steward and the draft. Let's kill off the draft and reform the draft. But now how do we get that draft to the top floor after that? We can't, right? Oh, we shouldn't draft on the bottom floor anyways, right? Because of this Forge Disciple? We would waste... Okay, we would only waste 8 damage. If we had 2 more damage on that draft, I could put him in front. So currently we are wasting 20 damage on the Forge Disciple. If we could just have Tethys hit first. Was there a way to have Tethys in the front line and not have it die? I don't think so. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Unless the draft dies next turn, which we can arrange. We can arrange that. Takes a hit on this guy. So we did top 70 on Daedalus. It's actually pretty decent. But now we can't do that again. So we have to set up the draft at the top to finish Daedalus next turn. Oh wait, how much damage is this? It's 129. We need 184. Yeah, so that's not gonna be enough by itself. We set up draft on the top. buff it with some extra attack. So we get as much damage out as possible. And then... how do we get a kill from here? Can we move anyone to another floor by killing it? How much damage is this? Oh, actually, we just need a damaging morsel, right? That's 4 damage. That's... how much damage do we need? 4? Like this? Yeah, get killed by a morsel excavator. That's pretty nice. Cute little morsel killed Daedalus. Oh, yeah, we could have killed any morsel, right? That would have worked out as well. But I like it better this way. Furnace tab, forever consumed, wickless recruitment. The upgrades on all of these are pretty decent, except that we don't really need wickless recruitment. I wouldn't even consider forever consumed if it weren't for the spell weakness Tethys with multi-strike. That's pretty powerful. Can be insanely strong. Furnace Tap, on the other hand, is just a powerful card. Which second boss are we up against? It's Arcus, right? So we don't have to worry. Well, we don't have to worry too much about being ammo drained, and we do have health banners. I feel like we really should go Furnace Tap here. But we need a well-scaling unit for it to work. Forever consumed is really tempting. Just because we have Tethys and health banners. Like, if we play this for 5 or 6, that's gonna be 190 base damage with... yeah, it's gonna be a lot of damage. I feel like that might be a good way to kill Arcus, I mean. Better than Furnace Tap. At least with the deck we have now. Endless damage shields. These upgrades are pretty mediocre. Then again, the unit we are currently using doesn't have great upgrades either. There is a Remnant banner here. Remnant. I'm gonna take the Crucible Collector for now. I might replace it. Might still remove it. But I wanna have the chance of getting multi-strike on this unit. There it is. Maybe we can find something even better though. No. No, probably not. I think this is gonna be our carry unit. The damage shield 3 makes it resilient to getting bursted, somewhat, but it's still pretty fragile. I feel like this is very likely to get bursted. Let's assume a floor with three units. The backliners have 15 attack. So it's gonna take 45 through the damage shields. Well, we can keep a Crucible Collector alive against that kind of damage either. Damage shield 3. Damage shield is also trash with strike card, even more so than lifesteal, I think. But the multi-strike makes the difference. It's much, much better than a Rage Stone. Bye, Crucible Collector, you served us well on Daedalus. Now it's your brother's time in the spotlight. We have 2 Umbra Salt, we have Pack Morsels, we have these Shade Splitters, 2 Capacity. That's not really comfortable. I want some more Capacity, I think. Let's get the Primitive Mold out of the deck. We have the Holdover 1. I feel like this is worth. That's 30 extra damage on a Train Steward. Like these small upgrades on Train Stewards, this can be pretty useful sometimes. And I think we have to go with more spell weakness for now. With the Forever Consume being our win condition against flying bosses, at least against Fel, against Arcus. Against Seraph with the debuff removal, probably not gonna work out that well, but we'll have to see. You are definitely on the bottom floor. I'm not even sure if Tethys needs to be on the bottom floor in this fight. I feel like Tethys could as well be higher up. Because that allows us to feed more morsels to this guy. Like, this is always happening, this is always happening. And these morsels are always being fed. And I feel like we also wanna do this. I think we need the additional morsels. Well, this guy has one upside over the lifesteal guy. We can use the Molten Encasements to actually build up his damage shield counter. Because while he's stealth, he won't lose damage shield. So this works very well. Yeah. We can use reformed Molten Encasement to give us time to stack up damage shield. I actually like that. We should play 2 units first. A Molten Encasement and a Morsel. Graph can go in the reform pool, and we Subsuming Blade you. I do think I want the other Molten Encasement to stay around. We can't have the Molten Encasements eat morsels, that would be bad. There is our Pack Morsel. This guy already has stealth, but the morsels don't, so we still need a Molten Encasement to actually be able to eat some morsels here. Do want to use the Subsuming Blade. This guy doesn't matter. The attack morsel, I think that's okay. We can find something better perhaps, or at least as good. Yeah, like this. Right, this guy didn't die, I forgot. I misplayed this fight then, but it probably will still work. This guy will have 3 stealth and 6 damage shield. I think we should have a morsel to reform. Not like using morsels this turn will do much, actually. You know what? Let's add some more stealth. And even more stealth. If we have enough stealth, we don't even need the damage shields. Yeah, like this. That works out. Chain of Gems. Lucky. That's very nice. Do we make stealth our primary defensive measure? Oh. Double stack gem trove. Literally unusable. Consume remove prison retrieval is also kind of bad. It's not that bad with our buffed up train stewards. But the consume removal on it really makes it awkward. We have holdover feast, which I'm also not interested in. So, I think it's time to get some spell upgrades. Removals can go on perhaps the non-upgraded Train Steward and the Shade Splitter or Primitive Mold. That seems reasonable. What's available? Double stack. Stealth 4 is pretty tempting and we have a lot of amber to spend. I kind of like that. If we got a dupe, I think we would dupe Forever Consumed maybe? Maybe not. I think I definitely want a cost reduction on this Subsuming Blade. I think that's... no, even more important is the Molder. Search Stone, less impactful. Let's take a look at the caverns before we re-roll. Amber deposits. What can we do with calcified ambers? We can make bigger Forever Consumed. That's good enough. If we went for Dante, we probably would have taken the staff here, and that would be pretty amazing to get. But we didn't. Holdover. Just holding over the Forever Consumed means we will always have it when we need it. I like that. And then I think cost reducing the Subsuming Blade is next on the list. And finally we get rid of a mold and the weakest steward. I feel like we're on a good track to get the 46k score required to enter the top 10. Let's see. We have a sweep guy with spikes. Now that's annoying. We do have Chain of Gems, which we could use for Tethys. But I feel much more comfortable using it for Crucible Warden. If we use it on a Morsel Jeweler, it would that would be even better than using it on Crucible Warden, surprisingly. This fight will be slightly annoying. Like, damage shield 2 on this guy means it survives, so we can Crucible Warden to get the damage shield. I don't know. Eventually we're gonna have stealth, so these things become less of a problem. We are taking some damage to the spikes here. Feel like we can put Tethys on the bottom floor. Feel like we have to preserve her for the guys that get through, which will at the beginning be pretty much everyone, but that will change pretty soon. Let's play Shade Splitter first. All attacking morsels, that's so annoying. We can give one of them damage shields too, so they will survive. I feel like we need it on the life stealer. Oh, yeah, no, the stealth doesn't help them. Yeah, so the other two go on the next floor up, and then we stealth the bomb. Graph has damage shield 3, so it would absorb both hits and one spike hit. Seems decently useful. Master of Light again. I shouldn't have played that Graph. I needed to play a morsel, I think. Well, we just solve our problems with stealth again, I think. The damage shield on this is actually not that useful, but it's okay. We can't kill this guy yet. We can with the Forever Consumed actually. Honestly, I think I want to do this. Play some morsels and then use this. Get a kill on you, even though we lose our train steward, that's fine. We need a few morsels for this guy. That will do. We have stealth 6 and damage shield 10. That's not enough, obviously. But it's close. 100 extra damage will do the job. So there we go. Fate's First Blade. That's pretty useless. It's good for the draft, I guess. Do I take it just for the draft? No. Another Engulfed in Smoke, Crushing Demise, Memento Mori. This Engulfed in Smoke, well, it has Permafrost, that can sometimes be useful. I feel like we skip. Consume Removed Engine Upgrade? Not really. Amber Cache, on the other hand, is kind of interesting. Let's take it. Yeah, I think we should go left here. Cave of the Thousand Eye. Sure. Resin block. I'm gonna take it because it's a lot more powerful than Fate's First Blade for a similar purpose. Gorge abilities trigger additional time. That's really good for our Crucible Warden. That gives us a much better way of keeping it alive. Because the stealth is kind of unreliable. Do I want to keep a primitive mold? I think I want to remove one shade splitter, and the second mold encasement is still decent, so I don't want to remove that. Maybe I should remove this train steward and just keep the attack upgraded one. Okay. We'll see, we'll see. Oh no, blinding dark shot on the bottom floor with the Absolver being there. Well, if that isn't annoying, yeah. No way we are setting up on the bottom floor there against the dark shot. It's just not feasible. Next turn these guys will move up. I think I want to have the molten encasement ready. Yeah. Maybe I should have set up Tethys on the bottom floor anyways. But honestly, I really don't want Tethys to be down there. 1.6k health. How much? If we manage for it to cast Forever Consumed with the full 6 Ember, we could. That would be 190. So we would need to hit 9 times 190. So we need 8 spell weakness on this guy. That's actually very possible. But the order he flies is really important. Molten first and then Gorge on the bottom floor. Yeah, I mean, we could do that. And then kill these guys on this floor? Okay. Yeah, that will probably be better. I wanna see what we can do about this. Heck Morsels is definitely getting played. We haven't used our damage shield yet. But the damage shield doesn't really matter this turn. Because this is gonna be my play. I don't want to kill these Absolvers on the bottom floor. I don't need more morsels this turn. So we get our first stack of spell weakness off. That's nice. Rally doesn't trigger on morsels, so boom, 130. That means we will need one less spell weakness on that guy. This floor dies, that's fine. That at least thins out the herd down here, but we will get a single scorch from that, but that's okay. Maybe I should have played the Engulfed in Smoke here, but I'm gonna use it here instead. I don't want the Molten Encasement to gain the stealth, that's for sure. So Arcos needs to move to the top next floor, next turn. Unless... What if we... What if we cast this for 7 right now? Still need him to be at the top to be able to hit him, right? How much is this? Okay, I will take it. Can we do something else interesting, useful? No. Just get that kill. Tethys top. Yeah, that probably would have been a turn faster, huh? Is it Furnace Tap this time? On Tethys for +1 multi-strike? No, that ruins our Forever Consumed. Although we're gonna have a bunch of calcified embers for that. It's pretty hard to justify. But if we play it early, that might be very good. I'm taking it. Now I feel pretty happy about this deck. Feel like it's gonna be quite powerful. We wanna improve our boss killing ability, which we would do by gaining another source of spell weakness. No, that's not possible. We are not actually Stygian. We just pretend to be. Most units enter with damage shield 1. That's not very useful actually, because everyone will have multi-strike. Anyways. Check strips helps us set up Umbra swords against 5 health enemies. Okay. That's Descent. That can be really powerful. We can send we can send Seraph to the Tethys floor an additional time. Maybe that's something we wanna do. I feel like not spending too much more gold. This deck is very weird. It feels like an Umbra Stygian deck with some remnant support thrown into the mix. How do we stop this top floor, guys? The only way I can think of is Tethys on the top. Yeah, that's maybe how we do it, but how do we keep Tethys from dying? I don't know. Okay. This guy has enough damage shield to survive all these hits. And then we set up the bottom floor, so we can kill the Purifier on the first turn. And also give those guys stealth. And then next turn we reform the draft. That might not be enough. Let's drop down one of those. But I think we're at least a good step closer to clearing this stuff. If we kill these guys before reforming... Actually, how much damage do you survive? Let's see. It's gotta be the draft, right? Damage shield 5. Yeah, it's pretty easy actually. The subsuming blade here. We play the train steward, we generate some morsels, although they won't survive, so it's kind of pointless. And we use Forever Consumed on one of them and the draft for the other two. So these will take... No, actually we need more than that. We need these morsels on the top floor to block some hits. Yeah, the cards you get through events don't count. That works out. And let's get one extra Ember next turn, because Ember is nice. Furnace tap? We have another excavated Ember in the deck, but other than that, it's gonna be hard to trigger Hell's Banners. We need one free unit. We don't have a free unit, is the problem. Feel like we should skip on that for now. And just kill that Gilded Wing on the next floor. Now though, with the additional 3 excavated Ember next turn, I feel much more comfortable doing a Furnace tap. Is it even worth it on this guy? Well, we just need to scale him a little bit with some morsels or something. Well, problem is we can't get morsels. No, we can. Sure. This should work. Still, this bottom floor needs some additional power. Forever Consumed, maybe? I probably should play the Engulfed in Smoke right now. I don't have to. There are benefits to not playing it, strangely enough. But I think it's still better to use it. Let's bring back the draft, because that's just a lot of damage. And then... yeah, that's a bit of extra damage against the backliner, which is just making sure that we can kill him on this next floor. Yeah, that's actually what I was looking for, which is nice to find it. What else is there in the consume pile? A magma morsel. Let's play pack morsels, maybe we find something better. Nope, we did not. This is just forever. Magma morsel again. Just let it burn out. Okay. This is looking pretty nice. Bring back. This has 11 health. If we make sure to not give it any burnout, not giving it the damage shield, but how can we do that? I don't think we can. Whoops. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Just play a morsel first and then give it... then play this. So... we are back to having an Ember next turn, at the very least. Maybe even more than that. Yeah, that's actually pretty nice. I forgot to play the Engulfed in Smoke. Now I'm giving... yeah, you know what? Fine. I don't care. We're strong enough for the boss, no matter what. Especially if we do something like this. Yeah, this is 4 damage shield each. It's really good. And the reform doesn't really matter. I should have played the Forever Consumed just in case. This blade is actually becoming quite strong. Imagining hitting this guy with the Forever Consumed with his like 60 stacks of spell weakness and another engulfed in smoke. I don't think I want it. Nor do I want the holdover Wicked Place, honestly. Cave In, that's a card I'm looking for. That is what I need. Okay, how do we beat Seraph? Maybe duping the Subsuming Blade is good? Anyways, we don't need unit upgrades at all, so... Mind checks. I really want to set up the bottom floor. If at all possible. And mind checks is not gonna help much with that. Teeth of Gold, not gonna be useful. Memorial Fonts, way too late. Waxer Snuffer, Melting Spout and Mold Braces. Waxer Snuffer is not actually terrible, but honestly, none of these help us get a faster kill. We could buy another holdover on the Subsuming Blade. That's gonna be overall pretty useful, I think. Yeah, that's just gonna be good. We definitely need to cost reduce the Cave In. And I feel like, if anything, magic power... Well, no. We're up against this guy. We don't need magic power on those. 3 damage is enough to kill anything we do want to kill with those, and I don't think re-rolling is worth it either. So, let's just dupe the... I mean, duping the blade is kind of tempting, but there should be better cards to dupe. Not the Furnace Tab. We only want to play that once, I think. Feel like it might be Trapshoot or Excavated Ember. Now we have a holdover Cave In. We don't need a second Trapshoot. I want more Excavated Embers. That just makes it safer to use the Furnace Tab earlier. Please give me a good opening hand, because that's pretty important. This is decent. Not as good as I was hoping for, but it shall do. We need to dig. Yeah, this is nice. We need every turn of spell weakness we can get. Not gonna play the Molten Encasement yet, is that correct? Seems reasonable. Okay, there we go. This is a lot of damage. Nothing we can fix with the Molten Encasement, but... Do we draft? Pyre Wings. I feel like I should play an Excavated Ember here. Another one. Pyre Wings are actually annoying. Well, this first one. I think I made a big mistake the first turn by not playing Molten Encasement. I should definitely play one. I forgot about there being Tipire wings every second wave. If I remembered that, then the Molten Encasement would have been a pretty obvious play. Do trap shoot this guy. And I think we pass. Because now we don't take a ton of spell weakness. Did Seraph change where he puts the light wings? Because I had a morsel here? Uh-oh. That means the forever consumed on Seraph won't work? Which is really annoying. Okay, that's good. That means we will lose another two spell weakness. Maybe the spell weakness approach doesn't work. I'm still gonna try. Can't stop me from trying. Let's bring back an encasement. I haven't played another unit yet. I should though. Probably this one. Honestly, when I can't forever consumed, I should be subsuming blading the Seraph. This morsel. Yeah. Oh, this is bad. This is a bad turn. Another Molten Encasement, probably this one. Excavated Ember, so we can actually play some morsels. This one especially is important. Swimming Blades go on Seraph. How many more turns? 3. I feel like that's not gonna work out. Just a feeling. Oh, the extra Ember next turn will be nice. Oh, Seraph moved to the top. And I have 3 of these excavated embers in hand. That's gonna be a good chunk of damage. Okay. Maybe we can do something this turn. How do I still only have 2 damage shield on this guy? Well, I'm not playing too many morsels, that's why. We're so close! I will get the kill next time. Hopefully. Can't guarantee it. Because I didn't hold over the subsuming blade. It's the main problem. I think I have it. There we go. GG. It's just a 4-turn boss rush. But we don't need... We don't need amazing 7-8 turn boss rushes for this daily, because the scores are pretty low. I think that should get me first place. I think we're around 47k here. Yeah. Nice. We broke out of the 46k area. All the others were in. Pretty happy with that. That was a very unique deck. We had a Crucible Warden, but it wasn't really doing what a Crucible Warden does. It was just there, and most of the work defensively was done by the Molten Encasement, and the flying kills were done with spell weakness in a Melting Umbra deck, which happened to pick up Tethys, and we had like a flying Daedalus kill with Draft and Train Stewards. So weird. And it was all just 4-turn boss rushes, because we just scrambled together those flying kills just barely. But it was certainly fun. Very fun run. Yeah. Almost a 1k point lead. 840 points lead on Heggy. Let's take a look at Heggy's deck. Wow. So he went for Dante. Damage spells cost less. Doubled up on Furnace Tap. He kinda makes sense with Dante, but not that much. An absolute ton of units in that deck. Crucible Collector, Dante, Draft, Molten Encasement, Paraffin Thug, Train Stewards, double Wickless Baron with Quick and Endless. This deck is a mess. Feast? Why is there a Feast in this deck? Non-consuming Prism Retrieval to actually draw these units. Wickless Recruitment with Holdover. Oh, to trigger Fate's First Blade? Like, reform units, reform Dante, then bring him back from the dead, Wickless Recruitment him for some rage. But I don't see any other way to stack Burnout on Dante. Oh no, there's Combustible Wax. Okay, that's kind of funny. So, if you bring back Dante, he will come back with 4 Burnout, and then you Wickless Recruitment him, turning those 4 Burnout into 12 Rage. I mean, okay. It wasn't too hard not to take any damage and 3-turn boss rush everyone, and this guy saved up a lot of gold. I wonder how, because... Oh, because of the Paraffin Thug. Large and multi-strike, that guy got a lot of kills in, I'm sure. Well, if this is the level we are competing with, then there's not a big surprise I'm currently on the first place. Not that that was a bad deck, but it was definitely not a scoring optimized deck. This guy at least managed to get a flying boss kill with Dante as well. At least this guy found a large stone for Dante. This guy didn't even fully upgrade his Dante. He spent a lot more gold though. And he brought the Wicklash. Did he also bring the Wicklash recruitment? He must have, right? No. I would kind of like the Wicklash. Imagine a Wicklash in this guy's deck, giving another 5 stack of Burnout to Dante. It has Permafrost after all, so you can play it the same turn. And then Wicklash recruitment for 9 times 3 rage, 27 rage. That could be something. But this guy missed the Wicklash recruitment and the smoke bomb, and the other guy missed the Wicklash and didn't fully upgrade his Dante. So weird. At least they no, this guy didn't even get the abandoned stave. This guy at least got the abandoned stave but purged. He purged a vengeful shard when he has Dante in his deck? What a madman. His decks are all over the place. This guy even managed to 4-turn boss rush Arcus, but he spent all his gold. Also went with Fate's First Blade, also went with Dante. He had the Wicklash, he also had Wax and Spike, but he missed the Smoke Bomb and the Wicklash recruitment. With the Permafrosted Wax and Spike, you could build a really fun Burnout removing deck. Oh well. Well, interesting daily challenge, that's for